Hello, guys. Welcome back to another episode of Sigma Footy. We have just witnessed the final of the Euro 2020. What an amazing final! It was really nerve-wracking and with the penalty shootout. But overall, I will feel that the the team that had played the best football in this tournament won in the end. But amazing to see the way they won it in England's own backyard and through the penalty shootout. So, Raj, as Italy fan, how are you feeling, bro?
Yes, yes. Yeah. Yeah, thanks, bro. Thanks. I'm feeling very happy lah right now. I thought like Mancini, like the Spartan kicking Southgate into the pit. This is Sparta.
Wow.
Back to the pit. So, I like to say a few things before the game. Before the game was England's had lots of advantages. They're not traveling very far, and they don't have injuries. And like Italy have injuries like Spinazzola, and their striker are getting more than Immobile because Kane is getting on the form. So that is a dangerous things that Italy have to fear, and England had all the advantages before the game. And on the game day, England had a lead in their home, which England like to close the game as much as they can. Until 70 minutes, they able to hold it, and England couldn't do it. So, and Italy have to face 7 defenders because they play a 5 at back and 2 defensive midfield. So, Italy have to get the goals against the 7 defenders, like 7 defenders, and they take out Immobile and put another midfielder. What is happening? I was laughing. Who gonna score the goal then?
Immobile was
Then
bad.
how the goals gonna come? And yeah, Immobile was very bad. So how Italy gonna score? The only thing that Italy had better than England is their mentality. Their elite mentality. They don't just give up, man. They're just giving push. England a seat at back. Normally England do that when they have the lead, but this time Italy did that because they show they are a better team. Nobody could do that to this England team because in this England team, the way they play so solid. Even England didn't concede any open goals so far until the finals. They only got free kicks. We concede against Denmark. That's all.
Yeah.
But against this England team, they have to play against England at their home. We have to come back. So end of the day, they come back, and at the penalty also, I would say Italy already prepared that they're going to go in for penalty because they already removed Insigne. Chesa also was injured. All things happening for England until the penalty. Even at the penalty, England won the toss that they have to take the penalty to face England fans. You know, which is psychologically very hard for Italy players. And as well, the first penalty was missed by an Italian. So until the penalty, everything goes for England.
It was
England,
all looking to be England's victory, man. I mean, like
England, even yeah, correct. Even they bring Grealish, an attacking player. They bring in Locatelli. Locatelli not gonna dribble 3-4 defenders and gonna score the goal. No, Grealish is much more a better player than Locatelli, and Saka was much more direct player. So they bring attacking players and bring 2 strikers, forward players to take penalty, which normally forwards can take good penalty. That's Southgate's concept. I think it's like that. Okay, we're not a gamble with our defenders. Only Maguire going to take. We bring forwards and to take penalties. And he bring a piece of note to the field. I saw that. I think I got a bit penalty.
yeah, but
I thought like
Raj, but like exactly what you
So,
said, right? I mean, like this kind of teams playing in the final, you're playing in the backyard of your opponent and conceding early. That was like a big.
Yeah.
Definitely, I
yes.
can't really imagine what these Italy players were going through at that time. But I feel England missed that opportunity early because I think they scored early. They could have put Italy under more pressure. Like in the next 10, 15 minutes, they should have really put Italy at the back foot. I think it was an opportunity missed. Do you agree with that, Rajan? What do you think, bro?
Okay. First of all, congratulations to Italy lah. Okay. Haven't said about. I think even our previous video before our preview video, I just told about one thing. One thing is going to win this match is the mentality, and it's like what Raj says. It's the elite mentality of whichever team is going to win this game, this final game. Actually, I was, okay, now, put it aside. Okay, so people's going to say Southgate have made a very good achievement, first time final in first 55 years. All this, put it aside. But let's talk about the final alone. I'm very, very disappointed with Southgate's tactics. Okay, you can say that, oh my, what do you expect? With his tactics, he scored the first goal. Okay, but a good manager is to pull off the results the whole game, not only the first 45 minutes. Yes, England's tactics worked for the first 45 minutes. For the first half, it was good.
True.
You scored the first goal early. You managed to keep the ball. You make sure Italy don't score in the break. Before the first half ends and stuff. All okay. But as a good manager, if you're considered as an international stage, an international level manager, and you are bringing your team is in final, so you should be knowing what would Italy going to do in the second half, and then you should know what is your strength and what is your weakness. Yes, our strength is defense, but you know they're going to come up and knock the door. So you have to do something. And okay, you managed to keep the lead for quite some time after at the mid of second half already. You have to win the game then. It's like your home. Why was he sitting back? Do you think Italy is not going to score any one goal? Because this is not the defense Italy that we've been seeing all this while. It's the attacking Italy is all this while. Yes, you can say like Immobile was not on form, and so many other players, they brought in some midfielders and all this, but still the mentality is still there. They can still remember. I think in our previous video said Italy is one team that we don't know who's going to score the goal. They are a team that anyone can score the goal because they are a team. They play as a team, rather than any individual excellence. So with that, and I'm very disappointed. Why not bring Grealish in the second half itself? Oh, at least after the goal has been entered, it's already 1-1. You can bring Grealish, you can bring Sancho, fresh legs. Let me tell you one thing. Grealish came in the extra time, right? He was the best attacking player combined. You put combined second half and the extra time. Because from second half onwards, our attacking plays nothing. Very simple. How many saves did Donnarumma did? I'll ask you a simple question. Do you see Donnarumma saving anything?
That's the thing, no.
No. So what is Southgate thinking? What 1-0 is just enough to win a tournament, a final, is it? And okay, I expect it's a final. Okay, Italy is a very good team. They scored one goal. I'm not taking anything away from them. After that, what are you going to do?
I think the biggest achievement.
One thing I want to ask you, Rajan.
England played
I was trying to see what exactly is Mount's role in the team. I think because I saw one article writing that it's key for Verratti to nullify Mount, something like that. This is the
no. If you're going to ask Mount, even Mount doesn't know what his role is.
Like, why Mount instead of Grealish?
Exactly. That's my question. Remember against Germany game, or even the extra time when you saw when Sterling went to the right and then Grealish came center, you could see the difference already. You could see the difference already. Then why not start with that? Okay, fine. You want to stick with the old plan. Fine. After second half, after you concede a goal and you still want to do that, it's your home, man. You know how our history, how's our history when it comes to penalty. Even I told that in the preview video, I wouldn't want England to go to penalty. If you want, you finish it off in extra time. Score one goal and then finish it off. And I'm not going to the penalty yet.
Against Italy.
Sorry?
No back-to-back penalty winners, that.
Put that aside, but it's how you think. And you're such in a big stage, you cannot be doing that. And I haven't got the penalty yet. How stupid was he when setting up the players? Why did Saka take the deciding penalty?
One thing I really can't believe that he has players like, okay, compared to Italy's squad depth, right? I think Italy brought on all the attacking players that they had, even though they're not renowned names. But Southgate had options like Rashford, Sancho. These are proven players, but he only brought them on so late, just for the penalty shootout. Like, he was the home team was settling for the penalty shootout. I think.
We didn't even have experience. Remember when I was reading the preview video, I told why Italy has the upper hand when it comes to penalty. At least they have an experience of how penalty works in the tournament already. And we've been telling so many times, in this bloody tournament, you can substitute 5 players and extra time additional 1 players. And why are you not doing that when you have such a good squad depth? This is what I couldn't take it. It's like it's okay if you say like you're a Denmark or you're Italy, you don't have your Spinazzola is out and your Immobile is not on form, and then you can give reasons, excuses why, how come things fail. But you have such a good players. Declan Rice goes off, Henderson comes in. Who has that kind of squad?
like when I was watching the game, right? I mean, looking at the stats today, I mean, seeing how actually dominant Italy were, I think it was quite scary. They actually had 19 shots compared to England's 6. Okay, and then I saw another stat that in 90 minutes, okay, 90 minutes, England only had 4 shots, and the 4 shots
And all
was
defenders.
two from Shaw, Stones, and Maguire.
Yes, all
That
defenders.
was
Yes,
all.
true.
I was corner
I saw
kick,
that.
corner kick and set pieces. Correct or not?
Yeah,
It looks like as though England was dominating the game first half. That's all. They scored the goal. They looked there, or they're sitting back, so they're just playing the game and stuff. But no, Italy was knocking the door on and on and on. But these fellas, I don't know. So I think this goes to the manager's inexperience. Tell me, Ivan, if this was Mourinho or this was Pep Guardiola or Klopp or any other experienced players that you see, managers that you see, do you think they're going to make the stupid mistake here?
oh, but I really feel this was a huge opportunity wasted for England. Knowing their history, I mean, like how hard it is for them to come to a final, playing at home. But seeing how dominant Italy were, I'll come to you, AC. I think you are also very happy that Italy won. not because of Italy, but happy that seeing England lose in that way. But I feel one thing I noticed in the game, I realized that Chiellini, right? Okay, I felt he spent most of the game in England half than Kane in Italy's half. And
Second half, especially.
And
So
Chiellini
even
was
if you see the commentator said the plan was to play the ball in the England's half. That was Italy's plan. Don't let the ball played in their half. As long as you can play the ball in England's half, you got no issue. Sorry,
And Chiellini was, in extra time. Did you guys see he making the left hand side runs like a left back? Like what? In extra time, man.
Yeah.
So, what do you feel,
correct.
AC? How impressed were you with the Italy performance?
I think there couldn't have been a better way for Italy to win. They got their tactics spot on. We could see that they played their entire game in England's half, right? And that just shows how dominant they were in the final. And I think Rajan and Raj spoke about it as well. I think Southgate got a lot of his tactics wrong. It's more of England shooting themselves in the foot and making it so easy for Italy. Of course, the scoreline was just 1-1, but from a neutral fan, and of course, I didn't really want England to win. So by seeing that, the way Italy dominated the game and they could get the win easily, considering all those factors that we just spoke about, right? It's happening in Wembley. It's supposed to be an easy game for England, and just to see how Italy could dominate them at their backyard and get this win, it was so satisfying to watch.
Yeah, I'm so happy for you. I see Ronaldo win the Golden Boot, I think.
Yeah, man.
Only from the
went
Portugal.
out in the first round of knockout, still got the Golden Boot.
But another one thing, I'm not taking away
don't
anything from
accept
Maguire and
Ronaldo,
Luke Shaw. That one I got to say, as an England fan, one positive thing I can take from this tournament is Maguire and even Pickford's and Luke Shaw's performance. They all three of my rival clubs, that's okay, but all three of them is the one I feel like they really performed, and even Grealish actually. Grealish also, whenever he was needed, whenever they need his technical ability to do something to the game, he has done it. So I really have nothing. So I feel like all this while is not Southgate's brilliance, but just that individual brilliance that have brought England so far. And I now started to think whether Southgate was smart enough to bring all this way, or the opposition think of us as too good, and then they had to change their tactics, and then it went up to our favor. That's why I can think when we see how we play against Italy in the final.
Yeah, it's clear actually. I think Southgate knew that they didn't want to expose the defense. That's why they always play the two center backs, right? But I feel like with the squad he has, I think this England team was more built to attack more rather than being too defensive. Yeah, but come to Darwin regarding the penalty shootout. I think you were telling me earlier that like why they selected those young players, to take the penalty. Like, do you feel Southgate got wrong there in the selection?
I think yes, in terms of the selection, that the orders quite screwed up on the order, because putting Saka as the last shooter, I think if he had put Rashford, or I think if he put Rashford or I think Grealish in the last shoot, like as the last player to shoot, I think that will be reasonable. But putting Saka, I think in Inter, how the penalty shootout went is that we had Rashford, Sancho, and Saka missing. I think Rashford. I think what I felt it was like bit of misluck. I think he got Donnarumma to dive at the wrong side. Unfortunately, he tried to make it too perfect to hit the post. Sancho's penalty I think it was terrible. I think so unconvincing. And Saka, I think like I say, when you see back the highlights, I think after Saka missed the penalty, after Italy was celebrating, you see, I think how many players consoled Saka. I think that was the sad moment during the final actually, because to see Saka just drop down actually, to see that actually, that I think that is a very poor decision. I think in despite of the game plan, that means how they game plan, the penalty should have, at least they should have, Southgate should have brought in a much better sequence, but that is also screwed.
So even I would say one thing. I would have preferred Saka to take the first penalty at least. When I see your Italian players has missed it, so Saka doesn't have much pressure, and you put your captain to take the deciding penalty. How many times have we seen that? Your captain is the one to take the deciding penalty. Oh, at least Luke Shaw or Grealish. All of these players who have technical abilities so good, and I really feel so much for Saka for that age, and you missing that one goal that's going to give. I mean, could have give glory to his national team. At that much of how much of his moral has been going to go down after this, and after he's going to play for Arsenal, it's going to be even worse. And I really feel bad for Saka actually.
Yeah, that's what on post Roy Keane was saying. How come the senior players like Sterling, Grealish? I mean, Grealish is supposed to be this. I mean, all the hype on him is the so-called star. Do you guys know like why? What's the reason he didn't take it?
Did you see the during the discussion? I think I was telling you before the during the team discussion before the penalty shootout, Grealish was saying something to Southgate, and Southgate said something, and Grealish looked stunned. So he said something or something like that. Just Grealish said something like that. Southgate said something to Grealish, and Grealish was shocked. Like he felt like okay, like he received the decision from Southgate. You could see that. You can even go to the replay and then see what happens in that thing. Grealish looks a bit stunned with Southgate's decision. So I understand Rockin's emotion here, but I don't think so. You can blame Sterling or Grealish here, because at the end of the day, they do what Southgate does. And even if you see what Reece James tweeted, when they went to semi-finals, when they said, no, it's a team game. So these fellas are, you don't see Grealish showing his disappointment, or Sancho or Rashford showing the disappointment when, they are not they don't bring them on and stuff. Whenever they bring them, they look positive, they look confident. So I really have nothing against any of the players, actually. Any of the players, even Rashford, even Sancho, for missing the penalties. I'm not furious. I'm not disappointed with them, actually. It happens in penalties, right? But I'm worried. I'm so pissed off with Southgate's decision making. Was terrible. And he recently admitted that it was his mistake for the penalty.
Yeah, if it's really was his choice, right? Then for the first 5 names, then I really feel he got it wrong, lah. Like that
very wrong, very wrong.
Doesn't make sense. But one player we need to talk about. Come to you, Kevin. One player we need to talk about. Federico Chiesa. Wow, what a player. What do you feel about him, bro?
I would say, yeah, he's one of the best right wing currently playing for Italy, and he was playing for Juventus. Yeah, and can see the impact he has. He's the only one been attacking or bringing up the ball frequently into the England D box, and he had few tries, but yeah, until a certain point he also got injured. I think that's because he overstrained himself and he kept on putting more pressure, and this actually really caused that's the reason why I would say England been staying back more frequent.
Yeah, he was a threat, right?
Yeah, and Immobile is you didn't know what happened to him. It's the final, but yeah, Chiesa really just helped and just brought up the attacking for Italy. But to assist him, Insigne also tried a few things, but I will respect that. What Ivan said earlier. The Italy is just playing up above the half line, which is the main reason. I don't know what happened to England. Why they want to sit back. They had 5 defenders, good 2 wings, two fullbacks to bring up the ball. They could just continue with their momentum after the first goal. Just go ahead, try look for the second goal. They could have just done something.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Italy was shocked.
Even after Chiesa went off, England didn't like push on. That was the surprising part.
Expected
Yeah,
them to
because
go
defensive.
you didn't change the players. You didn't bring the
They-
changes to players.
yeah.
How do you expect things to happen like that? You still have that Harry Kane and Sterling there. They're already in the defense mentality. Okay, at least change something. You already bring to top back four when you already have Henderson. When you bring on Henderson for Trippier or Saka. I mean, I couldn't remember, but they went for back four. Right after that, it's still very
I would
bad.
say having Trippier there is one of the good decision made by Southgate. I would say you need someone like him to cross, and he's like
Correct.
one of the best instead of Kyle Walker. For a
Correct.
right back, I think Trippier, the way he cross, his free kicks, everything is the best
I
still.
think
Yeah, I would like to add on something. I would say the referee did a good job for this match.
Oh yes.
Yeah,
It was
yeah,
really
yeah.
Best
good.
referee lah.
And he made the game, I would say, good, brilliant. Like, there's no advantage for anyone. He just kept on going. Okay.
Sterlo tried his tricks again.
Yeah.
That was sad.
Finally,
His
some good football due to good refereeing. lah.
That was pathetic. Seeing him trying to dive again. Oh my god.
he won't get penalty anymore. In the future, he won't get a penalty anymore. Of course.